Be prepared. The recent supermoon triggered something irreversible, and what happens next depends entirely on whether you recognize it. You may not have noticed it, but something ended last night. While most will carry on like nothing happened, for those who are attuned to spiritual energy, the shift was undeniable. This wasn't just another full moon, it was a supermoon. And now, the symptoms are here. If you ignore what comes next, you may regret not paying attention when it mattered most. The next 7 days decide how this energy settles or if it consumes you. Right now, we're inside what many call the energy echo, the 7-day window after the supermoon. It's the phase where everything that was stirred up begins to rearrange itself. You might feel like you're standing between versions of yourself, the old energy fading, the new one still forming. Nothing feels stable because it isn't supposed to. This is the week where the universe watches what you do next, how you move, what you think, who you keep close. Every choice carries weight right now, more than you realize. The supermoon didn't ask what you wanted, it confirmed what your energy matched. Here's the truth: your words didn't matter under this supermoon. Your vision board didn't matter. Your energy did. The moon wasn't listening to what you said you wanted, it was scanning what you actually were. That's why, right now, things may be happening fast, maybe too fast. The supermoon sealed your frequency, not your fantasies. If you've been aligned with clarity, growth, and truth, you'll start noticing things clicking into place with almost eerie precision. Conversations unfolding exactly when they should. People crossing paths in perfect timing. Sudden confirmations of what you've been sensing for weeks. But if you've been caught in fear, hesitation, or self-doubt, life might suddenly start rearranging everything around you, dragging you out of the old energy, whether you're ready or not. This is where the illusion of control fades. The supermoon bypassed your mental scripting and went straight to your signal. You didn't manifest with thoughts, you manifested with vibration. It's not personal, it's physics. The moon amplified the truth of your energy, and now reality is rearranging itself to match. So if things feel like they're slipping out of your hands, they're not. They're being placed where they were always supposed to be. This isn't punishment, it's acceleration. The waiting energy has collapsed. You're no longer being guided gently toward your path. You're being pulled into it. And once this movement starts, there's no stopping it. The days after a supermoon always bring a strange silence, but this time it feels different, cleaner, emptier, intentional. It's not a void, it's a reset. Many are feeling an unusual craving for quiet, distance, or space, as if the world suddenly became too loud for what's now forming inside. That isn't isolation, it's alignment. Think of it like your energy field has been decluttered. People, habits, and thoughts that no longer serve your current vibration are quietly stepping aside. Some may leave without warning. Plans may dissolve overnight. You're not losing, you're being cleared. When the universe wants to give you something new, it first removes what would compete for space. The rearrangement is not about emptiness, but readiness. This stillness you're feeling is a runway being built beneath your feet. It's preparing you for arrivals, new opportunities, new energy, new people who vibrate on the same wavelength you finally reached. You might not see them yet, but the air feels different because they're already in motion toward you. So don't rush to fill the space. Don't mistake the silence for a setback. The rearrangement is proof that your field has changed, that what once fit now doesn't. This is how the universe breathes before it delivers. First, it empties your hands, Then it fills them with something you didn't even know you were ready for. You've probably noticed it. You're doing things lately that make no logical sense. Cleaning out drawers you haven't opened in months. Canceling plans at the last second without guilt. Picking up an old book that suddenly calls to you, even though you swore you were done with it. These small, unexplainable impulses are not coincidences. The supermoon handed your subconscious the keys, and now it's driving. This isn't chaos. This is orchestration. Your conscious mind, the part that loves logic and control, has been temporarily benched because your higher self knows that too much reasoning slows down transformation, so it's stepping in. You might think you're acting on random moods or hunches, but what's really happening is the subconscious running old data through a new filter. It's clearing what no longer fits the energetic version of you that was just activated. You'll feel drawn to rearrange spaces, unfollow people, change routines, delete old notes, all as if something deep inside is guiding you toward invisible order. And it is. Your soul always moves before your mind catches up. Every small decision, every urge to simplify or distance yourself is part of a quiet, methodical plan your conscious mind could never have created. So don't fight the pull. You don't have to understand why you suddenly feel done with things that used to matter, or why you're rewatching, rereading, or revisiting certain moments from your past. These are checkpoints, subconscious updates being finalized through physical action. Your higher consciousness is decluttering timelines. It's editing your life with precision. And here's the part most people miss. This process doesn't ask for permission. It moves you. You'll wake up one morning realizing you made 3 big life shifts without planning any of them, and somehow it all feels right. That's the mark of a soul that has taken over the script. The part of you that never doubts where it's going has started steering. When your subconscious takes control, destiny stops being something you chase. It becomes something you walk straight into. There's a difference between overthinking and being haunted by a frequency. After the supermoon, your mind might feel louder than usual, but it's not noise. It's resonance. You're not trapped in repetitive thoughts. You're standing in the middle of their aftershock. The moon's energy amplified every signal in your mental field. And now, those amplified thoughts are bouncing back like echoes in a vast chamber. You'll notice yourself fixating on specific ideas, people, or memories, unable to shake them. That's not obsession, that's feedback. When a frequency hits strong enough, it leaves an imprint, and the echo repeats until you've absorbed what it came to teach. Think of it like energetic sonar, your mind sending out pings and now receiving their return. What you can't stop thinking about is what still has something left to show you. This is where the real integration happens. Most people mistake these echoes for anxiety or mental noise, when in truth, they're the final phase of alignment. Every repeated thought, every emotional replay is your energy field trying to close a loop, trying to bring understanding where confusion used to live. That's why you can't distract yourself out of it. These echoes aren't asking to be silenced, they're asking to be heard. Sometimes the echoes sound like guilt. Sometimes they sound like inspiration. Either way, they are reminders of the frequencies you carried before the moon reset you. They don't come back to torment you, they come back to make sure you've learned. When the echo finally stops, that's when you'll know you've fully integrated what the supermoon magnified. So if your thoughts feel heavy right now, don't rush to escape them. Sit with them long enough to recognize their pattern. Once you do, you'll feel something shift, like the sound finally fading after bouncing too long against the walls of your mind. An echo only repeats until the listener understands the message, and when it finally goes quiet, that's not emptiness, that's arrival. You were exhausted just days ago, now you can't sit still. You're restless, awake, and buzzing with a sense that something needs to happen right now. It's not caffeine, it's not adrenaline, and it's definitely not coincidence. This is the spiritual gut punch that follows a supermoon. That sudden, consuming rush of energy that feels like it came out of nowhere. You want to start everything at once. Clean your space, write something, move, change. You don't even know what exactly you're chasing, you just know it's time. That's not random inspiration, it's your future self pulling you forward. The supermoon ignited the dormant potential you've been sitting on, and now that energy has nowhere to go but outward. You're not being motivated, you're being activated. There's a difference. Inspiration asks you to start someday, activation demands you start now. This surge is your higher self saying, enough waiting, enough preparation, move. The things that once felt impossible suddenly feel urgent because the timeline that once held you back just collapsed. You'll notice physical symptoms, pacing around without realizing it, bursts of energy at midnight, or obsessive thoughts about one specific goal that refuses to leave your head. Your entire being is trying to catch up with a reality that's already forming. This is momentum that usually takes months to build, condensed into a few days. It's why so many people right now feel an inner pressure that can't be ignored, as if the body knows that sitting still means missing something enormous. But here's the key. This isn't about hustling harder or burning out. It's about answering a very specific call that was sealed during the supermoon. The universe doesn't give energy this intense without purpose. If you channel it, you'll make rapid progress. Doors that were closed suddenly open. Ideas crystallize, and opportunities seem to appear in perfect alignment. If you resist it, that same force turns inward and becomes anxiety, frustration, or sleeplessness. When destiny accelerates, stillness feels like pain. So act, not out of panic, but alignment. This supermoon energy won't stay forever. It's a window, a rare one. If you feel the urge to move, to shift, to build, that's your future self demanding that you show up in real time. You're not running out of time, you're finally running on your true frequency. Something strange has happened since the supermoon. You don't care about the things that used to excite you. The hobbies, goals, and routines that once gave you a sense of identity now feel hollow, irrelevant, or even foreign. You look at your old ambitions and feel nothing. But that emptiness isn't failure. It's release. You didn't lose motivation, your soul just dropped entire timelines that no longer belong to you. This is what many call a personality collapse. Not a breakdown, a restructuring. When the supermoon hit, it burned away attachments to versions of yourself that can't follow where you're going. Growth doesn't always feel like expansion. Sometimes it feels like disinterest. You're not lazy, you're detaching from the scripts that no longer hold energy. Your vibration changed, and the things built on your old frequency simply can't survive. It's unsettling, because you might feel disconnected from your own life. The routines that once grounded you feel meaningless. Even people or passions you loved may start to fade out of emotional range. That's because your consciousness is upgrading to match a new identity that hasn't fully landed yet. It's like deleting old apps before installing new ones. The in-between feels empty, but it's necessary. This loss of interest is a clearing. The universe is pruning your identity to create room for the next version of you to emerge. Don't rush to fill the space with distractions. Don't panic when your old goals stop making sense. This silence is sacred. It's your energetic field recalibrating to hold a self that fits the new vibration you've earned. The person you used to be isn't dying. They're being absorbed by the one who finally knows what they came here to do. And yes, this phase comes with confusion, apathy, even a touch of grief. You're watching old versions of yourself dissolve. But soon, you'll feel something click, like a lock opening. A new interest, a sudden drive, a fresh curiosity that feels effortless. That's your real timeline coming online. The one your energy has been calling in since the supermoon. So don't fight the boredom. Don't chase the old spark. Let it burn out. Because what's forming next isn't a return to who you were. It's the arrival of who you're supposed to be. The moon left fingerprints on your aura. Even though the supermoon has already passed, its light didn't just vanish into space. It stuck. The lunar light that bathed the Earth for those 2 nights was more than a visual display. It carried frequency. And now, even days later, you're still wearing it. It's like a fine layer of invisible dust clinging to your energetic field, a luminous residue that hasn't yet washed off. This is why everything feels slightly off. Not bad, just heightened. Lights seem brighter. Colors feel louder. You notice subtle changes in people's tone or mood before they even speak. The moon didn't only illuminate the sky, it recalibrated how your senses interpret reality. You're not imagining the change, you're perceiving the world through lunar static. The residue is what's amplifying your perception, opening up the channels between what's seen and unseen. You might find yourself more intuitive than usual, picking up on symbols, signs, or coincidences with eerie precision. Maybe you think of someone and they text you seconds later. Maybe a random object catches your eye and somehow holds a message. That's the lunar residue in action. It thins the barrier between conscious awareness and energetic reality. What you once dismissed as just a feeling now hits like confirmation. This heightened sensitivity can be disorienting. It's not meant to last forever. It's a temporary state while your energy adjusts. Think of it like walking out of a dark room into sunlight. Everything feels too bright at first, but your vision eventually expands. You're in that expansion right now. The world is glowing at a slightly higher frequency, and your system is trying to keep up. And this isn't just spiritual, it's deeply physical. You may find yourself drawn to darkness or dim lighting, craving shade or grounding environments. Your body instinctively seeks balance as it adapts to the lingering frequency. Even your dreams might feel different, vivid, symbolic, strangely real. That's because this residue filters through your subconscious as well, making your inner world more responsive to the energetic patterns around you. So if you feel a strange connection to moonlight right now, if you catch yourself pausing at reflections, mirrors, or silver tones, that's not aesthetic fascination. It's energetic memory. The light didn't just touch you, it marked you. The moon never truly leaves, it just hides inside your perception, waiting to be noticed again. Energy never disappears, it changes direction. During the supermoon, everything expanded outward. Emotions surged, thoughts spilled out, intentions radiated into the universe. But now, that current has reversed. The expansion phase is over. The energy is collapsing back inward, and you're feeling the pull. This is the moment after lightning, that heavy silence where the atmosphere feels charged, like the air itself is holding its breath. In this reversal phase, everything that was projected outward begins returning to its source, you. The intentions, the emotions, the manifestations you sent out under the moon are now looping back, not to punish, but to clarify. Every burst of energy eventually returns home to reveal what it truly created. That's what's happening right now, the energetic mirror reflecting what your supermoon frequency actually built. This inward collapse can feel like emotional turbulence. You might suddenly feel drained or deeply reflective, questioning your own choices, replaying moments you thought you were over. That's because your energy field is processing the echo. It's not regression, it's integration. What expanded now must condense into understanding. The body translates this shift through sensations, heart palpitations, tension, emotional waves, even brief moments of dizziness. The mind translates it through clarity, the sudden realization of what was hidden beneath the noise. The supermoon forced everything to the surface. Now, the aftermath is pulling everything back inside to settle. This reversal is where alignment happens. What no longer fits begins to release quietly, while what's meant to stay fuses deeper into your field. It's a sorting phase, a cleanup operation conducted by the universe itself. This is why many people feel detached or inwardly focused right now. It's not isolation, it's absorption. You're digesting the energy that once overwhelmed you. The silence after the storm is not empty, it's charged with meaning waiting to be understood. Every realization, every calm wave, every unexplained emotion surfacing right now is part of the inward return. You're not losing momentum, you're internalizing it. The energy that once stretched to the edges of your reality is now condensing into power, focus, and insight. It's preparing you for the next phase, the moment when this inward pull transforms back into outward creation again. Until then, sit in the charged quiet. Feel the weight in the air. The reversal phase isn't about action. It's about remembering that creation breathes in before it breathes out again. It's been happening quietly. A sudden jolt in your chest when nothing's wrong. A sense that someone's looking at you, even when you're alone. Sounds that seem too sharp. Lights that feel too bright. Energy that feels heavy. Your body is on alert, but there's no threat. You're not paranoid, you're upgrading. This is what it feels like when your spiritual body expands its awareness beyond the limits it had before the supermoon. Right now, your energy field is stretching, reaching into spaces and frequencies it couldn't touch before. It's widening its net, learning to pick up signals that were previously muted. Your awareness isn't breaking down, it's breaking open. What feels like overstimulation is your auric field tuning into a broader range of reality. The moon's light expanded your energetic reach, but your nervous system hasn't fully adapted yet, which is why your senses feel heightened, even fragile. This can manifest as sudden bursts of alertness, goosebumps for no reason, or that strange electric feeling that runs through your body when you enter a room. You may catch movements in your peripheral vision, hear small sounds more distinctly, or feel emotions in people around you before they even speak. None of this is a malfunction. It's calibration. Your spiritual senses are syncing with the subtle vibrations of the environment, frequencies that most people filter out entirely. The reason it feels like being watched is because your awareness has extended beyond the self. You're perceiving energy that doesn't belong to just you anymore, the collective hum of thoughts, emotions, and intentions moving around you. It's not an invasion, it's communion. The moment your spirit expands, your environment starts whispering back. You're becoming sensitive to it all, the unseen dialogue between energy and form that was always there, just outside the edge of your perception. At first, this level of awareness can feel like walking through static. It's noisy, unpredictable, even disorienting. But over time, you'll notice that the fear fades. What replaces it is discernment. You start to recognize what you're sensing, where it comes from, what it means, whether it's yours or not. That's when power replaces panic. Because the truth is, you are never under attack, you are under activation. The supermoon widened your sensory range, allowing you to feel the layers of existence that your spirit already belonged to. It's an adjustment, not a danger. So when the air feels thick, or your intuition spikes for no reason, remember, that's your expanded awareness confirming its new range. You're not being haunted, you're simply perceiving more of the living fabric that's always surrounded you. You didn't step into darkness, you just turned the lights on in rooms you never knew you had. The signs aren't random. They're tracking your energy migration. You've probably noticed it. Numbers repeating on clocks, patterns showing up in songs, animals crossing your path in ways that feel too precise to dismiss. You think about a concept, and within hours, you see it everywhere. These aren't coincidences, and they're not just angel numbers. Something deeper is happening. The supermoon rerouted your frequency, and now symbols are acting like cosmic breadcrumbs, confirming the shift in your energetic position. Every time you move through a new energetic field, your surroundings start mirroring the frequency back to you. It's how the universe measures movement. Symbols are the language of transition. They appear where the unseen wants to prove it's real. You're not being stalked by signs, you're being mapped by them. They're the universe's GPS pings, tracking your energetic migration from one timeline to another. You might notice the same sequence of numbers appearing not once, but in clusters. 222 3 times in a day, 1111 on every device, a symbol showing up on packaging, then in conversation, then in a dream. It's repetition with purpose. The energy is confirming that you've crossed into a different vibrational corridor. The symbols are not telling you what to do. They're verifying where you are. Each one is a checkpoint in your energetic journey, a marker saying, yes, you're still aligned with the new path. Even nature plays along. Birds appearing at odd hours, a specific animal crossing your route twice, random songs repeating everywhere you go. These are not mere coincidences. The post-supermoon field is highly reflective, meaning your external reality reacts faster to your internal shifts. When your vibration moves, the world mirrors instantly. That's why lately, it feels like everything is responding to you in real time. You'll start noticing a rhythm in the symbols, like a pattern that breathes alongside you. One day, it's numbers. The next, phrases, colors, geometry, music. Each cluster acts as confirmation that your consciousness is being tracked through frequency, not fate. The universe doesn't repeat things to convince you, it repeats them to synchronize you. This is why goosebumps hit when you recognize a pattern. It's resonance, your energy acknowledging the echo of its own signal. That chill, that spark, that feeling of this means something. It's your field confirming that the symbol wasn't external at all. It came from you. The world is simply reflecting the imprint of your new vibration. You're not going crazy. You're being guided through signs that were designed to keep pace with your growth. These are not warnings, they're waypoints. And the faster your frequency rises, the faster the signs appear. They'll keep following you until you learn to trust them, not as messages to decode, but as proof that your energy is being seen by reality itself. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.